I can manage them.
Manchester United win the treble this season.
So they told Kitman, lock the door.
40 grand you got fined for that.
He just went mad, shouting, screaming at you.
Hello and welcome to the Super Premier League preview show with Super 6. I'm Andy Goldstein, he's of course Chunks, and we're joined by two Premier League legends with over 400 league appearances, 70 England caps, and a combined height of 5'4". Welcome to the show, Jack Wilshere and Shaun, Wright, Phillips. Now, of course, Shaun and Jack aren't our only ballers here today. Chunks, of course, you're a bit of a player yourself. I heard you used to be a decent goalkeeper, and you even had your own nickname, is that right?
Yeah, I had a nickname when I was playing centre mid. They called me Cesc Fabregas.
Now, not only are we joined by Premier League legends, of course, we're also joined by 6 Premier League supporters on our fan wall. Let's say a big hello to all of them. Hopefully they can all hear me. If you can all wave at the same time. In the meantime, we'll be giving our pre-season predictions with Man City looking to retain their crown, annoyingly. We'll discuss which clubs we think will miss out on the top 6 and, of course, who is in danger of going down.
But really, we're just here for the bants and the story, so don't worry about it.
Now, we put a poll out on talkSPORT's Twitter feed asking the fans who they think will win the Premier League title this season. Man City won the poll with 36% of the vote. Second was Manchester United. Third was Chelsea. And in fourth place, or last place, as I like to call it, was Liverpool with just 15% of the votes. Francis Samuel replied, "I don't know why people are convinced by Chelsea." That's how he talks, apparently. "They have no standout player," which is something we'll talk about in just a moment. And Paul replied with, "I'm a Liverpool fan, but imagine thinking that Man United have a better chance than Chelsea." So, Jack, I'll start with you. Who do you think will win the title?
Man City.
OK, tell me why you think they will win it.
I played against them so many times and it's awful, it's horrible. Like, you can't get the ball off them. Like, Pep just makes them play these little passes. And then they're obviously after a number 9, talks of Harry Kane. If they get him, I think it's over before starting.
Yeah. If Man City spend 150 million, give or take, on Harry Kane, and they win the Champions League, I know this sounds like a silly question, but that's a big price to pay for one trophy or not. Is that value for money? If they buy him for 150 and they win the Champions League, is that value for money, Jack?
Irish don't mind, bro.
Yeah.
They've got money, but
yeah, I mean,
150 million to buy a Champions League, I think the owners would be absolutely fine with it.
Why have none of you mentioned Liverpool?
They'll have a better year than they did last year because they've got Van Dijk back. But I just think City are too good.
Do you think that maybe the front three, who were so prolific when they won the title, do you think they're as good as they were a few years back? Or?
Talk about Sadio Mane, Salah.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? It's crazy because they're still putting up good numbers and stats. Like Salah put up great numbers, and people were like, he was quiet this season. It's like because they set such high expectations. Yeah. Like if they just falter just a little bit, it kind of people are just like critical over them.
It's very rare you see an attacking three or an attacking pair last so long together.
Yeah.
Normally one moves on or they just break up or lose form. And Liverpool had that free without making any changes to a team for what, like 2 full seasons? That's hard going.
But I think the thing about them is as well, the year they won the league, they had such a good structure through the team that they could almost, like, they got back in, they won the ball and they went bang, they were gone. Yeah. And then last year they lost centre half and Hendo was injured a lot. It brings like the structure to them.
Yeah,
definitely. Gives them that freedom.
Well, I'll tell you why you're all wrong, and that's because no one's mentioned Manchester United yet. All right?
I'm excited to see what happens.
Are you excited? You're excited as an Arsenal fan?
No, do you know what it is? I'll be honest with you. I just like watching good football as well. Obviously, being an Arsenal fan, that's what we're used to. But then you've got, like Sancho, like Varane. Oh, I can't wait, man. I'm excited to see how you...
Let me ask this question, right? Can Manchester, irrelevant of who they bring in, can Manchester United win the title with Solskjaer in charge?
They tried, didn't they, with Mourinho to bring in that sort of old, experienced manager who's like, just wants to win, and he didn't win. So they had to try something different. I think he's done well.
The expectations on what people want from Man United, they're used to watching like Paul Scholes just give the ball to any person wherever he was on the pitch, and now that doesn't happen.
Minimum requirement for Solskjaer and United this season?
I'm going third this year.
What's the minimum?
I think second. Yeah.
The minimum. So second United and the board will be happy?
Second, yeah.
OK, no trophy second?
No, they have to win a trophy.
No,
they have to win a trophy.
They have to. And give me, what sort of level we're talking? Like League Cup's not good enough?
I'm saying,
what's wrong with the League Cup?
Champions League
people always turn their nose up at the League Cup.
If you're like Manchester United, League Cup.
Yeah, but you got to win. You got to start somewhere.
I remember when you won it, and Ibrahimovic was celebrating like he'd won the Champions League.
Well, there you go then. Yeah.
It means something to the players.
You're looking at me here and saying it like... I know, but my question is, do you think the League Cup is big enough to keep Solskjaer in the job?
For Man United, it's big enough.
Yeah, I think.
Man, why are you having a pop at? OK, what about who have we not talked about? Chelsea. What about Chelsea, Shaun?
I really like what Tuchel has done, but I'm worried now that it's a new season and he's got his full season. Is he going to change the system? because I think that system that he played last year worked for him, especially against the bigger teams, that the so-called bigger teams at the time that they weren't expected to get nothing from. It worked for him, but now he's got time to get his full pre-season. Will he go to 4 at the back?
Do they need a number 9? Giroud's gone. We don't know what's happening with Tammy. Do they need?
They probably do. I really like Werner, but
would you take Tammy at Arsenal?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would, I think.
Yeah,
but Arsenal don't play the way Chelsea play.
That's true. That's very true.
When you go to certain places,
you have to fit in.
Yeah, you have to try and fit into that system, because unless you're like, say, a Didier Drogba or a Bex, they're not going to change the system to suit you.
No disrespect to Tammy, but don't they need a big number 9, a big name coming in?
No, I just think they need someone that's going to score them goals.
Yeah, need goals.
Like at the minute, that's what Arsenal, like, they play well. They don't score the goals, then somebody goes down the other end and scores, and then it's like same old Arsenal. If they take the chances, if they take the chances, the game pans out completely different.
You play for City and Chelsea. Are either of those your team? Who do you support?
I'm a Man City fan.
We've not talked about, of course, Arsenal being in the top 4, and of course we won. Now, those are the views. Those are the views of our pundits. Now let's hear from the fan wall. Chunks, who's up first?
Let's go to our City fan, Kim. Now, can anyone stop City this season, bro?
No, do you know what? I think it's going to be proper hard to stop us, especially if we buy Harry Kane. But I'll tell you one thing, Andy's lot are coming nowhere near. You are not winning a thing with that PE teacher. You've got 3 teams in Chelsea, Liverpool and City who have got a better squad and they've got a million times better manager. You're dreaming. You're actually dreaming. You need to get out.
All right, cool. So let's hear what our Chelsea fan makes of all of this now. James, the tweet earlier said you've got no standout player. What do you think about that?
I don't actually necessarily disagree with it. I think if you look at our Champions League campaign last season, I don't think there was really a standout player.
Mason Mount.
Well, of course, Mason Mount. He's the Chelsea star boy. You know, everyone's talking about Chelsea maybe winning the title. I'm still not sure. I think they're still quite young. I think they need a little bit more time to develop. But I think if there's one standout player for next season, I think it would probably be Kai Havertz. He started off very slow last season. But, you know, as the season went on, he got into it, finished on a high, scored in the Champions League final. And obviously, I think he had a decent Euros as well.
Fair play, man. Fair play. So let's hear what our United fan thinking right now. So what do you think of the season, bro?
I mean, I think we've got a better chance than people are giving us credit for. We're, you know, the most consistent team outside of City over the last couple of seasons. We haven't had big drop-offs, big highs. We've sort of steadily improved. We're bringing Sancho in. We're getting Varane in. I think, you know, the future's bright for United, especially with the new transfers coming in.
Just quickly before we move on, Shaun, who's going to win the Premier League? Of course, the answer is Man United. Will you get it right or wrong? What are you saying?
Man City, 100%.
Man City.
Then I would say Chelsea, Man United, then Liverpool.
OK. Well, he's just got that wrong, so how do you see it going?
City will win it.
Are you only saying that because you don't want to say Manchester United because I'm here, Jack?
No, I prefer Man United to win it.
OK.
What do you mean?
Sorry, Shaun. United will come second.
Yeah.
Chelsea third. Liverpool fourth.
OK, you both forgot to put Arsenal in there. No,
Arsenal fifth.
Arsenal fifth?
Yeah.
OK, yeah. 15th. Remember, Super 6 is free to play, and if you correctly predict the score of 6 matches, you could be saying this million is mine. 18 plus, UK only. Terms and conditions apply. Time now for our Don't At Me feature. Our pundits will take it in turns to give me one outrageous footballing statement, and of course then they have to back up their claim. Chunks, you will be going first.
Aubameyang will be top goal scorer this season.
Now, I should point out, of course, that this is not meant to be the comedy section of the show. You genuinely mean that? Yeah?
I think he can do it.
Why, Jack?
Why don't you think he can?
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's in the best team to supply the best.
Yeah, but all right.
The Harry Kane was top goal scorer a few years ago.
That's a very good point.
Bang.
Oh wow! Look, you're gagging up on me. I need to get HR on the phone here. I don't know. Maybe he goes missing in games sometimes. Maybe.
I do think he has to play more centrally if he's going to get that amount of goals. And the only other problem you got is if Harry Kane goes to City and he's got De Bruyne and whipping.
No, that happens, but that hasn't happened yet.
Who's going to support?
I retract that statement.
Who?
But I think he can do it though, because like even last year when he played, he still got in all the positions he did the year before.
Yeah.
But he just didn't put them away like he did the year before. So he's still finding all the areas and getting in the positions which people say is the hardest part.
Listen, I've never been the type to score a lot of goals, but everyone I spoke to, like goal scorers, they just feed off confidence. Like they get a goal, then they think they're going to score the next game and it just keeps going.
But, so with that chance in mind, do you think he's going to get more goals than Kane, wherever Kane is?
It's possible. You can't just count him out straight away.
OK, will he get more goals than Kane, wherever Kane is?
I don't know.
Will he get more goals than Salah? Will he get more goals than Salah?
No. I don't think he will, but I believe he has a chance to win the Golden Boot.
Yeah, what about if they all get 25?
There's probably 5 players in the league that could get it. And then you got Salah, Kane. You got to put Aubameyang in there.
Okay.
Have to.
Cavani?
Nah, he ain't getting game time like that.
I think Mane could be up there, you know.
Yeah.
If he plays well, Mane could do it.
All right. Let's go to the fan wall. Let's speak to who should we speak to? Let's speak to Luke, who is a gooner. You just heard the outrageous statement. Aubameyang, top goal scorer. Can it happen?
I think he'll be up there amongst the goals. You've got to think about it. Last season, everyone slated Aubameyang, said he was really, really poor. He ended the season with 15 goals. You know, it's quite good for a returning. He's had a really, really shocking season. You know, Saka, Pepe, Smith Rowe, Martinelli makes an appearance. If we play the way we played at the start of the season before we went on that dismal run, Aubameyang will get chances. And like you said, as soon as his confidence starts, he might start pulling away. It's a big if to get the Golden Boot, but I think he could be up there.
Slim, you can't argue with the fact that over the last 3 years, every year, Mohamed Salah has got worse, scoring less goals every season.
I don't know how anyone could overlook Mo Salah for the Golden Boot because, I mean, name me a more consistent player. I mean, for the last 3-4 seasons, he's had 20 goals a season. And I think this season now, coming up where we're a lot more assured at the back, he's only going to get better and better. I think the only thing that hampers Mo Salah and any of the other African players is the potential AFCON in January and, you know, other players catching him up with the Golden Boot. But, yeah, I find it very hard to look past Salah. I don't think Kane, if he goes to Man City, I don't think he gets as many goals as what he gets at Tottenham. You've got to remember, Spurs are set up. They're all about Harry Kane. It's not like that at Man City. Goals come from all over the park and it's a very fluid system at Man City. So he won't have as many chances as he does at Spurs. So I don't see Kane getting the Golden Boot if he moves. But yeah, for me, has to be Salah. And the Aubameyang shout, I think that's just a bit wild. I think he's probably
hence the
too busy.
Outrageous one. Well, come on, guys.
Have you not seen the stress that Arsenal have done to his hair?
Yeah, we'll move on.
Let's find out Jack's outrageous statement. Jack, what are you going for?
Whoever signs Declan Rice becomes title favourites.
Oh, that's a big statement. When you say whoever, I mean Norwich?
Well, let's be honest.
I'm just asking because there's.
As in the only way up from West Ham is going to be the top 14.
So you don't put Arsenal in that. You don't put Arsenal in that, Jack, do you? So just tell me a little bit.
I would put Arsenal in that because I think if they had Partey and Rice next to each other, and then just let the other 5, the front 5, run wild.
Solidarity.
You don't mean that, Jack.
I do.
You don't mean. Look at me in the eyes and tell me if Arsenal signed without laughing. If Arsenal signed,
would you take him at?
That's not why. Of course, I'll take him without a doubt. But he has a proper side.
Is he better than Matt McTominay?
Is he better than? Well, hold on. Why are you turning the question?
Yeah, exactly the question.
I'm
is he better than Scott McTominay? He's a fantastic player.
No, is he better?
No, he's sitting on the fence.
Right, this is not about me. No one cares about my opinion. Just quickly before we move on, okay? You pick up the newspaper tomorrow. It says Declan Rice has signed 4. What's the price tag, Jack?
80 million.
Exactly what I said.
On
my life, exactly what I was thinking.
You're going for
on my children, I would have said that as well.
80 on the face. Yeah. How about
80,
that?
that's cheap, isn't it? Let's go to the video wall. Maya, of course, is a Spurs fan, so an outrageous statement. I mean, it could be absolutely anything. Maya, what are you going for?
I can understand the statement in itself, but you have to think about realistically where he would go to. I think if he goes to United, he improves them drastically, 100%. I think if he'd go to any team, he'd probably improve them if they needed a DM. However, you've still got to look at the teams around Manchester United, and I still tip City to win the title. So I think he does increase anyone's chances wherever he goes, but I don't think he'll win a title.
Shaun, we've had 2 already. Let's find out your outrageous statement.
Phil Foden to be the most decorated English player ever.
That's not even wild.
He's got everything in his favour. He's young.
Yeah.
He's playing at the best team in England.
Yeah, I think he's got everything. And like the guys are saying, he's with a team that are so strong. So like when Scholes and Neville were winning stuff, and Becks, they were with Man United at that time, which pretty much seemed unstoppable because I was on the back end of some beatings and chasing a ball around from them. So, and I think City are in a strong place. And as long as he keeps performing the way he does, he can win so many.
Could he go on to be one of England's best ever players?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
By the way, who's the most decorated out of you two? How many medals?
You won the Premier League, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only 2 FA Cups.
Who should we speak to? I think we should speak to Kim, the Man City fan. Hello, Kim.
I think the only issue could be depending on how long Guardiola stays, because if he leaves, I think when he leaves, no matter who you get in after that, it is going to be a tough period for like 2 or 3 years of building period.
Bro, I can manage them. Bro, in my life, you just tell them to just go out and play. There's 2 world-class players in each position. Like, let's not, nah, come on now, guys.
No, when he leaves, we'll struggle because he plays a completely different way from anyone else in the world, and he trains in a completely different way.
It's nice to see you take a glass of water to bed and put it on your shelf behind you.
Thank you. You've got to stay hydrated.
With a straw as well.
Yeah,
you've got to take your teeth out.
Look, I'll tell you the truth, this isn't even my room.
Okay, that worries me.
That City shirt is covering up the print of Old Trafford. It's my housemate's room.
Are you serious?
Wow. You just baited yourself out.
Show me, go.
No, don't take it off. Don't take it off.
You're
blue.
No, actually, no.
Yeah, you're blue. Stay strong.
Honestly, go and show me, Kim. I don't believe you. Whenever you say to someone, I don't believe you, they have to go and show you.
Look at the pressure.
You're a disgrace. Get out.
Andy, chat to me though, man. I want to hear your statement.
I don't need a statement.
No, you do.
My statement is this. Manchester United win the treble this season.
Okay. We said outright.
Sadly, we haven't got time to discuss it.
Stupid.
Time now for us to turn our attentions to the top 6. Now, we put out a poll on talkSPORT's Twitter asking the fans who they think will miss out. Arsenal top the poll with 55% of the vote, followed by Spurs with 39%. Chad replied with, we are not going to make the top 4. Arteta will be gone in November. That's my guess. Not my guess, Chad's guess. And B replied with, Spurs fan here, it's the Spurs, definitely the Spurs. So, Jack, what do you think of Tottenham? How much did you get fined when you said that?
£40,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
40 grand you got fined for that.
Yeah, but you know what? In fairness to him, I did get warned the first year, say don't do it again, and I still done it.
Was it worth it?
Of course it was.
Yeah.
It was worth 40 grand. Would you do it again? 40 grand.
Yeah.
Okay, well, right. Who's going to miss out? Who do you think, Shaun? Why haven't we talked about Leicester yet?
Because I think they'll do right. I think Leicester will stay in, but I still also think Arsenal will make it as well. I think they'll grab the last spot.
Arsenal are going to make top 6.
How? Based on what though?
Because look, they can't finish 8th again.
Right.
The better you say would be 7th, but I think they will because they got no Europe. Like, and they never had that in years. It's not a good thing. That
Sam Ben White as well.
Yeah.
Which is one thing I thought Arsenal missed, was a defender like him. Because he's got old school mentality, but he can play football as well.
Do you think he'll do better in the Premier League than Varane?
Yes, I personally do. I know it's a big statement, but he's used to the Premier League and he's used to defending a lot for Brighton, week in, week out. Varane's coming into a whole new league and he's going to be put under immense pressure.
Who would you rather sign, if you could sign one of them?
At this moment, I would definitely say Ben White.
What do you think about Arteta, bro? Like, obviously a former teammate in that.
What does he have to do this season to keep his job?
Get into the top 6.
Get into the top 6, otherwise out?
I can't say out, but probably out.
How far off are Arsenal for challenging for the Premier League?
Probably about 200 million off.
You all think Arteta will be there at the end of the season, Shaun?
I'm on the same wave as he used to. You've got to trust in the process.
Just quickly before we move on, what's going on with Arteta's hair? I've not been that close to it, but it looks like he's got a Lego head. What? You've seen it.
He plays 90
It doesn't move. I mean, you've seen it, I'm guessing, in a shower. Does it change?
No.
It looks like he's done the spray thing. You know where you spray it dark?
You must spray something because I move.
Shaun, do you think Spurs will get top 6?
No.
Is Dele good enough to get back in the England side, do you think?
Yeah, 100%.
He's tacky. I like him a lot. Yeah, I like
Does he need a move?
This manager might be really good for him. He needs to get back playing. And I think Tottenham will probably drop out of the top 6 if they lose Kane, 100%.
Kane leaves now, then they have enough time to replace him or around about try and find a striker. But if it's like a couple days before the transfer window, then it's going to kill Spurs massively.
They did that before with Bale, didn't they? Do you remember when he left? And they spent all the dough straight away.
Yeah, on random players. Yeah, I remember that.
I think the line was they sold Elvis and bought the Beatles, but they actually bought the Beatles now. Who else can break into the top 6 then? We've not talked about West Ham, we've not talked about Everton, Jack?
I think West Ham, they've got a chance, but it'll be difficult for them because they're in Europe.
That's going to ruin them.
Yeah, a lot of players aren't used to that. Travelling away, getting back late on a Friday morning, you've done it.
Yes.
It's hard.
I've done that.
Yeah.
I like Leeds, you know.
Leeds could break in.
Yeah, but I like them. There's
shout.
players there, but I'll be very honest, like, they don't look out of depth when they're playing against the big teams. You saw what they did last season in terms of results, home and away. Ellen Road now with fans in there.
Give me the two then. Just quickly, we'll go around the two that you think will be 5 and 6.
I'm going to go Arsenal 5. You know what? I'm going to go with Chunks. I'm going to take that outside gamble on Leeds as well.
You're going to Arsenal Leeds?
Yeah, I'm
okay.
going to
Jack?
go with
Arsenal 5th, Leicester 6th.
Okay, Chunks?
Well, we're going to take Maddison from Leicester, so it's going to be Arsenal 5th. Yeah, Arsenal 5th. Yeah, I'm going to have to say Leeds because that's what I was going for.
Right, time now to hear again from the fan wall. Chunks, of course, is over there now, and I love the fact that we've left the Liverpool fan for discussion about the top 6. Perfect.
Well, Slim, you are a Liverpool fan. What are you saying about your boys then?
You know what? Liverpool are going to hit the ground running. There are a lot of players that are coming back late from internationals, haven't had their pre-season. Most of our players are there, so I don't know why everyone's overlooking us for the title this season, because we are ready for it, especially with Van Dijk back.
Hey, Luke, chat to me, man. Guna, Arsenal, are you worried?
Yeah, 100%.
You shouldn't just say, yeah, you've had to come through with energy. Like, chat to me.
Oh, well, look, 18, what is it, like 2.5 weeks before the season's going to start. So far, we've got barely no players in. People were saying this is going to be our biggest summer overhaul in so long, and we've still got the same players that we need to sell. It doesn't really look like there's much of a process going on. So I think we'll finish 6th, and I think Leicester will finish 5th, to be honest. I mean, look, I need some optimism. I just don't think we're good enough. I don't think it's a manager problem either. I think you can put Guardiola or Klopp in there. The first thing they do is ask for £200 million and trying to fix the squad. So it's not a thing about Arteta. I think he needs to be there for the whole season.
So you're saying Arteta in then?
Yeah, I'm saying it's not a manager problem. I'm not saying Arteta in. I just think the gap is too far between us and the top 4 right now.
Someone that should be concerned is Maya, our Tottenham fan. Talk to me. What I got in there?
I'm so embarrassed to have been invited on this show and no one's put us in the top 6. That is so embarrassing.
Oh, wow.
I do get it though. I really do. We're aware as Tottenham fans that we're starting a rebuild now. We don't know what's going on with Harry Kane, and we also need to sort out our central defence situation. But look, I think Tottenham could be somewhere around 6th. They could surprise people and finish 5th. They could finish 7th again. We don't know.
That's the thing about Spurs. I feel like they've been rebuilding for their whole life, so it's going to be nice to see what happens this season with Kane gone. Yeah, we'll move on.
Good work as always, Chunks. Thanks for that. I think we all agree that Arsenal will stay up. Now, don't forget, Super 6 is the free-to-play weekly football prediction game with a £1 million start of the season jackpot. Correctly predict the score of 6 top football matches for free, and you could be saying, this million is mine. Get your picks in by 3 p.m. Saturday, 18 plus, UK only. Terms and conditions apply. Now, as Chunks is still over by the video wall, it's time for us to play the Super 6, where our former players, of course, take us inside a Premier League dressing room. They don't, they're going to stay here. We've got 6 super questions for them, 3 for Jack, 3 for Shaun, all about their careers. Jack, I'm going to come to you first. So my first question to you, Jack Wilshere, is who is the best player you've ever played with?
Fabregas. Well, similar to me, like not really quick, not strong, but like control the game. I saw him like absolutely dominate midfields, who like Yaya Toure, who is a mismatch. But the one who I hated playing against in the Premier League all the time was Tottenham's Dembele. Did you play against him?
He was strong.
He would like tempt you in to get the ball and he'd go, no. Yeah, wouldn't he?
Right, on to the next question, and it's this one. Which former teammate never reached the heights you expected, Shaun?
I say Adel Taarabt. When I was at my spell at QPR, especially after he got them up from the Championship, the way he played that season and the way when I signed I saw him train and what he could actually do, it was unbelievable.
Why couldn't he make that step then?
I don't think it wasn't that he couldn't make the step. I just think his mind wasn't solely just on making that step. It was on playing football. We're in the Premier League now. Some things go to people's heads. Some things, maybe the way they live their life away from football was not right, but he's one person for me that should have definitely made it.
He actually used to live above me.
Yeah.
In the flat. What a guy, what a player.
Yeah.
So if a big club would have took a chance on him and really like got into him and helped him, he would have been top.
Right, on to the next question, and it is, who's the angriest manager, Jack, you've ever played under?
The angriest one probably be Eddie Howe.
Really? I never ever would have thought that would be your answer.
He had a group of players with him who had been with him through League One, and the level of training that what he demanded from them in terms of intensity, focus, and like you could just be doing a simple passing drill, and if you didn't do it properly, he would be on you like shouting, screaming at you. But it worked. Like he got the best out of them boys.
Do you think Eddie Howe could be at a top 6 club?
Yeah, I think eventually.
Have you ever seen Arsene Wenger fly kick a table?
You could always tell when he was angry, but he had a different way of putting it across. He'd be more constructive with it. But there was one time where he lost it, and we were at Anfield away, and we were 4-0 down after 20 minutes. Now, that Liverpool team could have done that to teams. They had Sterling, Sturridge, Suarez, Coutinho. It was when they were under Brendan Rodgers, actually. But we got in at 4-0, and he just went mad. He was like, you need to remember who you're playing for. These fans have travelled up to see you. And just lost it, like a completely different side to him I've ever seen. The interesting thing about Arsene was, and I remember thinking after my first game, like, what is going on? Sorry, at half-time, like, for the first 12 minutes of the half-time, it'd be silent, complete silent. Everyone just sat there, sort of like waiting for him. And then he'd walk in and he'd just like have 2 or 3 minutes of telling us what to do or being constructive, and then we'd go out.
What was the score in the Liverpool game when you were 4-0 down?
5-1, so it was 1-1 second half.
Okay, so it did work?
It did work.
It did work, okay. On to the next question. What's your favourite training ground story? Oh, this is going to be great.
When I was first coming through at City, 2 like monstrous players, and they solve things the old-fashioned way. So a tackle must have happened on the pitch where they both went head-to-head, and they both just said, look, after training, we're going to the boot room, we shut the door, and whatever happens, we just walk out after. And they were like, well, I'm not tall, so I can't really say that, but they were like proper, just had it out for like 5 minutes. They told Kitman, lock the door, left them in there. And then after they finished, just opened it on, they just walked out. And that was the end of it. But they just solved it by doing it that way.
Were they injured when they came out?
There was a few bruises and like red spots on some people's faces, but yeah, it was just, they just went out and just came out.
And it solved the problem?
I wouldn't say it solved the problem, but it left it where it was. They both kind of knew their places.
But you can't tell us both household names? I know both of them.
I would say one more than other.
Okay.
But you would both but definitely know them.
Okay, when the lights go down and we stop filming, you're going to tell me who they are?
Yeah, when the mic's off.
When the mic's off?
To be honest, Arsenal wasn't like that at all. Like, it's quite a boring dressing room, to be honest. Like, nice lads, but very, very straight guys. West Ham, there was a little bit more banter. I remember once I came into the dressing room and like everyone sat there. I didn't clock. Now I should have clocked. I'm thinking, why is people sat there? This is COVID times as well, so like they shouldn't have been sat there. And so I'm getting changed. Everyone's chatting away. Put my shoes on and go to walk off, and I just dropped. So they glued the bottom of my shoes to the floor, and I've just dropped. Yeah.
Right, time for our next question, and it's what's the highest point in your career, Jack? Now your career is not over yet, but still, it's not going to get any higher than it's been. So, you've won 2 FA Cups.
Like, I went to a World Cup, been to Euros, which was personally very good. As a team, we probably didn't achieve what we should have. I scored 2 goals in 1 game for England, which was like the best feeling ever. But I would probably say the first time we won the FA Cup.
Do you have your medals out and show?
I gave them to my son. They're in his room.
Okay, how old's your son?
10.
How do you know he's not swapped them for like a Pokemon card?
I don't, actually. I'm going to check when I get
When was the last time you saw them?
I don't know. I can't even remember.
Oh, Jackie's so got rid of them at school.
No, he wouldn't do that.
I'm telling you, he wouldn't do that. Right, on to the next question. If you could go back and change one thing in your career, what would it be? Shaun, I'll come to you for this one.
I'd honestly not change anything. I think every path that I've taken was meant to be this way, and I think it's made me the person I am today. So I don't regret anything.
All right, that's a great answer.
That is a great answer.
Jack?
I wouldn't regret anything personally.
If you could change something?
Yeah, if I could change something, it would be the first year I broke into the team at Arsenal, I think we finished 3rd. But we were right up there till the end. And I think if we'd have won the Premier League that season, we would have kept Fabregas, Nasri, and probably added and went again. So it'd probably be that.
You've been watching the Super Premier League preview show with Super 6. Get your predictions in by 3 p.m. each Saturday. And of course, you could be saying, this million is mine. 18+ UK only, terms and conditions apply. A huge thanks to the wonderful Chunks, the equally brilliant Jack Wilshere, and the wonderful Shaun Wright Phillips for joining us. Thanks again, of course, to everyone on our fan wall. And more importantly, thanks to you for watching at home. We will, of course, see you very soon. In fact, we'll see you next season. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.